My MIL said I looked desperate in my wedding dress, so I wore her dream dress instead. So I found my wedding dress at this small boutique downtown. Nothing fancy, just a simple lace thing with sleeves. Cost me $800, which was already pushing it. I sent a photo to my fiance's mom because she kept asking to see it. She texted back, "Oh honey, no, you look desperate, like you're trying too hard to be a bride." I stared at my phone for a solid minute. My fiance Troy saw my face and asked what was wrong. I showed him. He just sighed and said his mom was like this with everyone, don't take it personal. But here's the thing, 2 weeks before that, I was over at her house helping her clean out her closet. She pulled out this garment bag from the back and got all weird about it. I asked what it was. She said it was the dress she wanted to wear to her wedding 40 years ago, but her mom said it was too expensive and made her wear her sister's old dress instead. She paid for it herself with babysitting money and kept it all these years. Never wore it, just kept it hanging there. The dress was gorgeous, like vintage 60s style, fitted, cream-colored with this pearl beading on the waist. She said she was saving it for something special but never found the right moment. So when she called my dress desperate, I called the boutique and returned mine. Got most of my money back. Then I called Troy's mom and asked if I could come over. Told her I wanted her advice on my hair for the wedding. When I got there, I asked to see the dress again. She pulled it out. I told her I thought it was beautiful and asked what size it was. She said size 6. I'm a size 6. I said, "Would you ever consider selling it?" She laughed and said no way. It was too sentimental. So I said, "What if I rented it for my wedding?" Her face went blank. She asked why I would want to rent her old dress. I said because it's gorgeous. And since she hated my dress so much, I figured I should find something better. She got quiet. Then she said absolutely not. That dress was hers. I said, "Right, too special to wear, but also too special for anyone else to wear." Got it. She started backtracking, saying she didn't hate my dress. She was just being honest. I told her honesty goes both ways, and honestly, I wanted to wear a dress that someone thought was actually wedding worthy. She tried to change the subject, but I kept pushing. Finally, I straight up asked her to name a price. She said $5,000. I laughed and said the dress cost her maybe $200 in 1985. She said it's worth more now because of sentimental value. I said fine, I'll give you $1,000. She said no. We went back and forth. I eventually got her down to $1,500 by pointing out that she was never going to wear it anyway, and it was just taking up space in her closet. She made me promise to get it dry cleaned after and return it in perfect condition. I agreed. We wrote up a little contract and everything. She seemed almost excited, like she was happy someone would finally see her dress out in the world. The wedding was 3 weeks later. Small ceremony, maybe 60 people. My dress fitting was 2 days before. The seamstress took it in a tiny bit at the waist, and that was it. It fit like it was made for me. Wedding day came. I got ready at the venue. My bridesmaids kept saying how pretty the dress was, asking where I got it. I just said it was vintage. Troy's mom showed up early to help set up chairs. She was in a blue dress, heels, had her hair done. She walked into the bridal room to check on me and froze when she saw me in the dress. Her face went completely white. She said, "You're actually wearing it." I said, "Yeah, you sold it to me." She said, "I thought you'd just take pictures in it or something, not wear it to the actual wedding." I said, "You charged me $1,500. That's wedding dress money." She started saying how this was supposed to be her special dress, her one thing she kept for herself all these years. I reminded her that she called my original dress desperate and told me I needed something better. She said she didn't mean I should wear her dress. I asked what she did mean then. She didn't have an answer. She just stood there staring at me. Then she left the room. I heard her crying in the bathroom, but I had to start walking down the aisle in 10 minutes, so I didn't have time to deal with it. The ceremony happened. Troy said I looked amazing. His dad shook my hand after and said the dress was beautiful. Troy's mom sat in the front row and didn't smile once during the vows. She left right after we cut the cake, didn't even stay for the dancing.